Welcome to the second in the series of videos created by the RVRA to assist people considering making the move into a retirement village. In the first video, we looked at why people chose to move into a retirement village and then how they reached that decision. In this video, we'll look at the factors to consider before making the choice of a retirement village. Let's start by saying that all villages provide a community of like-minded people, social connections, a sense of security, and the comfort of knowing that garden and home maintenance is a thing of the past. That said, like people, villages come in all shapes and sizes, and there are almost 700 to choose from in New South Wales. So, what are you looking for in a village? Some villages are quite small, most are medium-sized, while others are quite large. Some provide individual houses with no or maybe one common wall with a neighbour, while others are modern apartment-style residences in low-rise multi-storey villages. Some villages provide quite extensive shared facilities: bowls, table tennis, billiards, swimming pools, wine rooms and so on, while others provide only limited facilities, with the cost of these reflected in the entry price and in ongoing maintenance costs. Quite a lot of villages are in country areas, while there are many in the suburbs, and of course there are multiple communities in locations up and down our coast. So the first thing to decide is, what do you want from a village, which should begin to narrow your search. Now, how much do you want to spend? The next thing to decide is how much you want or can afford to spend, keeping in mind the sort of lifestyle you might want to live in the coming years for holidays and so on. Do you want to retain money for travelling, future in-home care, or even entry into a residential aged care facility in the case of a couple? If you do retain money for this, consider also the potential impact on qualifying for even a part pension. The future cost of in-home and or residential aged care is a very complex area that is well beyond the scope of this video and may have a number of financial consequences. It's a key area though, and one where you should seek professional advice from a suitably qualified financial advisor, someone with experience in retirement and aged care issues. While you will pay for this advice, we see many examples of people that have been seriously disadvantaged by earlier choices made simply because they didn't realise the broader impacts. So knowing how much you are prepared to spend will further narrow your search. Thinking about the next steps. Future care needs really should be taken into account at this stage. While you may be fit and healthy at the present, keep in mind that as we age, our care needs increase, and your choices should make provision for this. Many newer villages are very clear that they are independent living villages and that no care is provided. You can bring in-home care at cost to you, but you need to continue to live independently in these villages. Some villages have limited capacity for optional services at additional cost, like cleaning, meals, laundry, for example, which can help extend the time you can live in your own unit. Some villages are co-located with a residential aged care facility, but this doesn't mean that you'll automatically qualify for admission if and when the time comes, as this is regulated by federal legislation which ensures that entry is based on need, not whether you're an existing resident in that village. Now let's look at types of contracts involved. A leasehold arrangement is when the village operator owns the unit and each resident signs a lease. Leases in these retirement villages are commonly for 99 years or more. Loan or licence arrangements are mainly offered by non-profit organisations such as religious or charitable village operators. This arrangement allows you to live in the unit but you do not own it. Another option is buying a unit in a strata or community scheme. This is where you pay the agreed purchase price to the owner of the unit under a sale of land contract. This makes you the owner of the unit and you automatically become a member of the owners' corporation or community association. And finally, a small number of villages function under company title. These villages are owned by a company and you can buy shares at market value. These shares give you the right to occupy the unit and you have similar selling rights as strata villages. A board of directors appointed by the shareholders manages the property and you need to comply with the company's constitution. So, who owns retirement villages in New South Wales? The majority of retirement villages are owned and operated by large corporations, charities or religious organisations. There are also a number of smaller operators, and in some cases operators that only have one village. Almost all operators have extensive detail on their websites, which allows you to do research on the operator and what they're offering. Now, other things to consider in reaching your decision. How close are you to facilities like doctors, dentists, shops, churches, public transport, libraries, for example? Can you have someone stay over for a visit, grandchildren or friends? How close are you to family and friends? Can you have a pet in your unit? Is there adequate visitor parking available for you? Can you make changes to your unit over time? Is the village well lit? Does it have adequate security? And are there stairs in the village? Many older villages do have them. That may become an issue for you in the future. And finally, where can you get more help? You may wish to contact us at the RVRA. We are an independent body and our advisors are available to discuss these issues with you. As we all live in a retirement village, we have current and real experience, and we speak with residents of villages from all over the state. We have a category of membership for non-residents called associate members who can access this service. Another independent resource is Fair Trading New South Wales. The state government website has a large section on things to consider before moving into a retirement village, as well as advice on living in a village, costs involved, dispute resolution and so on. In addition, other assistance can come from commercial organisations such as villages.com.au. This website includes articles on retirement living, as well as a search facility for available units across New South Wales. downsizingmadesimple.com.au. This site focuses on downsizing, but with an emphasis on doing so to move into a retirement village. And as mentioned earlier, each of the operators have detailed information on their various web pages. To conclude, moving into a retirement village is one of life's major decisions, and it's critical that you seek out professional advice. The point is often made that moving into a retirement village is more of a lifestyle choice than a financial one, when in reality it is actually both. The financial decisions you make at this stage may end up having unanticipated negative impacts, and so it's important that you seek out an appropriately qualified financial advisor. In the next and final video in this series, we'll look at the importance of understanding your contract.